This is Steve Ridgel, and there's my wife's dog Lulu, who for some reason wanted to come sit in my lap as I do this video. And we're going to talk a little bit about graduation because there's a lot of you who have kids that graduated. Some of you looking at this may be graduates. You had friends graduate, grandparents have done the whole graduation season, even some great grandparents. For us, we had a granddaughter. It's our third one to go through the graduation process with, and we've got to just we hadn't had to do most of the work. Her mom and Tim did most of that, but we've uh, we've gone to some parties and we've gone to celebrations and we've seen things, watched, and it's just an exciting time. And so I thought I'd remind everybody of a few things about graduates. They're grown, not grown. You know the phrase you see all the time, my man child. That's true for so many graduates. Most of them are going out on their own. They may stay at home a little while. They may transition through a college phase where they have some kind of living supervision, but primarily they're now on their own. They graduated, they got out, and so it's hard to let the child you've had be an adult. And they're so excited about their adult freedom, it's hard for them to remember sometimes they still need advice, sometimes still need help. I would tell you in really healthy families, the graduates is not afraid to say, hey, I don't understand. How do I do? Can you help me with? I need a little here. Either they'll do that regularly or they'll be smart enough to know when hard times come, they'll come ask. So remember, they are adults and they're not adults. So that's a good lesson for them and for the rest of us. It is a great transition phase of life when you're really moving to a new thing. There are a handful of those in life. Puberty is obviously a big one. High school graduation is a big one. College graduation, when you get married, when you have your first child, when your last child leaves the nest. There are a lot of those kind of times when you get to kind of decide, what do I want to do in life? And so a lot of our graduates are in that big, one of their first ones that they're acutely aware of. That's a transition. So this is for the graduates. You can remake who you want to be. Decide who you want to be. And you can start to build that reputation brand new. Maybe in high school you had a reputation for being an athlete or a reputation for being good looking or a good student. Or maybe in high school you had the reputation of being a snob or someone who was morally not strong or whatever reputation you ended up with in high school. If you didn't like it, redo it. This is your chance to reinvent yourself. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. The last thing I'd want to say for all the graduates, this is also your time to make your personal decision about faith. Now, some of you said, no, I was baptized. I made that decision. I was born again when I was 12, 13, 14. Yes, but now you're going to have to live that faith out on your own. You're going to have to go to college and make decisions about how you want to live. You're going to have to be out in the workforce and make decisions about how you want to live. You've got a lot of those kind of decisions to make. And so you may have already decided that. Now, some of you say, well, I really didn't decide it in high school. I mean, my parents weren't real religious. And so this is the time to think about Jesus and for you to make that decision that determines how you want to live your life. And I would tell you of all the decisions you're going to make, where you're going to go to school, what you're going to do for a living, who you're going to marry, all of those may be important. None of them are as important as what you do about Jesus. So I'm going to tell you, graduates, you make that decision now.